Ovian Castrillo Hill began sculpting in 2003 under her father's tutelage. It was her studio time with her father that prepared Ovian, who was trained as a designer and honed as a design and art writer. Ovian's experience in physical sculptures, scale, and coordination, as well as her eye for space and shadows in large-scale artwork, has allowed her to create and supervise a team of seasoned craftsmen specifically trained by Eduardo Castrillo. In her work, she employs familiar materials and repurposes metals and alters finishes to give her a distinct Ovian Castrillo proficiency in her art, which is undeniably rooted in her sensei's influence. Each sculpture is personal to her, with a story prodded by emotions culled from her continuous evolution as a daughter, a mother, a wife, and a woman. Ovian's works can be found in Manila, Macau, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Canada. Now based in Fort St. John, northern BC in Canada, Ovian has taken a hiatus to become a wife and mother in 2009. She continues, though, to express her art through a multitude of commissioned work.
In 2003, we got an invitation as a family to create a Christmas tree for the lobby. So I told this to my dad, "Do you want to do it?" And he said, "Ikaw, bahala ka if you want, but ikaw ang gumawa." So I ended up designing the tree with his supervision, and I ended up pretty much making that tree, and it was a 14-foot Christmas tree that was stackable triangles. I have such a wonderful connected life with my dad. I'm the only girl and I'm also the youngest, so people may argue that I am his favorite. In fact, I heard later on from my cousins, they said that they feared ever making me cry because they said lagot sila sa daddy ko. We spent a lot of time together, literally, but because we discussed a lot of things, there was really no borders in our communication, and this carried on to my adult life. My dad had that gift. He had that gift of imagining what something would look three-dimensionally using a two-dimensional material. And that is what he exposed us to, and it has become second nature to us. And that is the biggest influence that he's had on us as artists. But on a cultural level, though, I'd like to mention that was very particular from an early age about exposing us to culture, whether it's Filipino culture, artistic culture. He would bring us to museums. So he always imbibed in us that life is not really worth much unless you have humanities. It's music, dance, art. He was a visual artist, but he would bring us to plays. He was really about God and country. All of the work that he has, that you will see all over the Philippines and other parts of the world, either reflect those themes. That influence of patriotism is very heavy. That, Dad was a staunch nationalist and Filipino, and I think you will see that in his work. And we grew up giving it the same kind of importance. So our passion to uplift, our passion to give example of what can be done, that the Filipino deserves something big and good, that we are capable. Those thoughts are very strong, or rather were very strong with my dad, and he passed that on to us. We can do things better. We deserve better. We are capable of doing better. So those kinds of philosophies were important to him and have become important to us because of what he has taught us.
Her son, Brendan Edward Castrillo Hill, is a precocious 8-year-old whose interests include bridge making, Napoleonic Wars, and stop-motion filmmaking. A delightful and creative boy, he likes to imagine and create three-dimensional forms. When My City, My SM, My Art returns, we will get to know more about the life and work of master artist Eduardo Castrillo.